Why, hello, everybody. It's a vertical phone video, but there's a reason why it's a vertical phone video. Stay with me. Imagine you're on your phone and you want access to all the sports picks that the algorithms are generating that I'm working diligently on whenever I have availability. Well, I have this Google Sheet subscription set up. It's $100 for the rest of November, which is still half of November. It's so much work that's actually going into it. But I'm really happy with some things I've just done to it and added to it, meaning I'm making it so that wherever I am, whenever I may not be available, I can still whip out the computer, open up the hotspot, and paste stuff and make it usable like this. Here's what we did. I'm actually sitting in my car right now because I've got other plans today completely unrelated to all of this. Don't care about any of this, but I'm doing this for people who care. So and all the people that paid as well. So what I did was I uploaded the version of college basketball finally today, because I just didn't have availability before just now, almost 5 o'clock on the East Coast. And I did what I said I was going to do in the videos, which is highlighting the team in yellow and then showing the past year stats up here. So I pasted it in here. And now when you're on your phone, because I added filters to this, you can just say, oh, Ken, your list is so big. I don't know what to do. I can't read all this. There's so much going on. Am I supposed to take the teams at the top or something? Well, those teams have terrible, terrible, terrible lines like minus 50,000 that Villanova is. So what you can do is you can now sort right in the Google Sheet. So you don't even need the Excel file, although there's a lot of other things you can do with the Excel file. But we're going to talk about money line Z to A. And that gives you the best money lines on top. Look how quick and easy that was. And all of a sudden you've got 260. Now on top of that, how about we also want to sort just yellow, or filter by color, right? Fill color is yellow. Look at how great this is. It's actually really usable. Now all of a sudden we have just yellow teams and we've got lines over there. Remember we said we don't like playing away teams because they stink? Well, let's filter out away teams. Filter by condition. Find items if text contains home. And I think we're good. Yes! Bullseye! Guess what? We're starting to show what our picks are. We could hide this area, but I'm not going to mess with it yet. It would just make it easier to see. But these are the teams. I remember talking about Denver yesterday. But how do we show them close enough? All right, we've got health numbers we want to see. This stuff can be hidden right now. And I guess I can do it on the phone, and you could probably do it too. Hide columns. Perfect. Boy, Google Sheets is pretty darn good. I'm an Excel guy, but there's more you can do setting this up, but this is pretty good. So there are lines that, by the shade of color there of green, that go all the way down to minus 410. I wouldn't mess with anything worse than 270. So I only see like 3 teams here, which are Denver, Penn State, and Chicago State. And those 3 teams on a parlay probably pays like 2 to 1. And more than that, actually, probably like 2.5 to 1 or 3 to 1, almost. Probably 2 to 2.5 to 1. Now the margins are low, but those are home teams that the algorithm favors with no bump. All right. Now, that is how cool college basketball is. Now I'm going to reset this up for everybody because everything I do in here freezes everything for everyone. How do I unfilter? I'm going to do it on the computer because I don't know how to do it on here right now. But let's move on to other sports, because that's how cool college basketball is on the phone. NBA. I updated it a few hours ago. That's about as good as we're going to get today on me doing NBA. But it still said Atlanta at plus 150 here. Right there. Because Milwaukee is injured according to this injury report, and Atlanta's plus 150. That was the only one on here because of all the other injuries on the other teams in this area here. I didn't like the matchup basically anywhere with the line, but Atlanta seemed good. And who are the injuries that are on Milwaukee? The Bucks. Let's look. Milwaukee. There's Grayson Allen with an illness, so he's probably out, right? And then knees are bad. Knees suck. And then out, Drew Holiday's out. So there's a lot of missing to probably missing people on the Bucks, which is why I'm comfortable going with Atlanta here at that underdog line as the straight bet of the day for basketball. How about hockey? 4 games going tonight. I still didn't fix the Islanders adjusted power for some reason. Something's wrong there. I never did that. I'll have to look at that and try to look that up. I don't understand what it's doing. maybe they are just a zero. That can't be right. No, something's wrong. Um, Picks of the day are at the bottom, apparently. That's Colorado over St. Louis. Sure, only minus 200. Only. And then the other one is LA over Calgary. That's probably an underdog. It is. So you do have an underdog pick of the day in LA over Calgary. That's this middle game right here with quick potentially going. Then there's Carolina and Chicago, and the line's bad, and we don't know what's wrong with the Islanders game. Islanders, you'd think, would beat Ottawa, so something is clearly wrong with it's not including an adjusted power for the Islanders team. Maybe I need to change something. So I would say underdog pick of the day are the Kings because it's plus 155, and Calgary, look how bad Calgary's been playing. Terrible. So weird. So they're playing bad, and that's why the Kings. So it's Kings, basketball, football, formerly known as the Redskins, plus 10.5 if it's still there. Because this game's supposed to be 21-20. It is actually the lowest margin projected score variant game of the day, believe it or not. Even though the odds makers and the win score percentage is a huge 81%, you'd think that Philadelphia would crush it, and they probably, you'd think they would. The point projections disagree with the matchups. You get Carson Wentz out of there, you got Heineke. It does different things to the game and makes it like a 3-score game somehow. So, I mean, Washington, there you go. Washington, where's this game? This game is in Philadelphia, too. You'd really think that Washington gets pummeled, but algorithm says no by points. And, I mean, I like that the algorithm does that because it makes it fun to root for. If the algorithm said that this was going to be a 30-21 game, I'd be like, oh, I don't know what to bet. But given that the projected score is so close and Washington's my hometown team to root for as well, I enjoy following that pick. So we'll see if they can cover. Usually, it's tough to win any sport, especially football, by more than a touchdown and a field goal, and that's what they're asking of Philadelphia. So, football, Commanders, plus 10.5. Hockey, Kings to win, plus 155. NBA, Hawks to win, plus 150. College basketball, parlay of 3 teams, Denver, Penn State, and Chicago State, which pays about 2 to 3 to 1. I'm not sure on the math. Let's call it 2 to 1. All right, because it's almost like a straight bet, even though you're playing 3 teams. So that is all the picks for Monday. Good luck. Now your picks.